Sorry, I couldn't tell if it had started. I was going to blog. I've been meaning to blog, and then, so, you know, I had surgery a week ago, and then Romy had a horrible cold cough, and now I have a sinus infection, I'm assuming based off of hers. So, but I also have a huge revision due. So, I thought I'd show you a little bit of the revision process of like the final step after you get it back from a copy editor. Damn. Hopefully I haven't said this before or talked about this before, but if I did, it was like, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, so I don't think you'll remember. So this is, here it is. Have a nice day, Julie Halpern. And, it's funny, because, it's not that funny, but I always say it's funny. That's one of my things. It's like how Rupert Grint always says, wait, what does he say? Kind of, I think he says. Like every other word, maybe that's it. So, this is not that funny, but you know how I couldn't think of a title? So on the bottom of every page of this, as of right now, it says, Get Well Soon 2, Electric Bookaloo by Julie Halpern. Yeah, I made that up. Okay, I made that up. My hair, it looks like I have like a side ponytail. I'm wearing these earrings just so I look festive, so I look lovely. So you get it back. I'm at the point now where the next time I send my manuscript or book, I don't know when it's considered a book manuscript. I don't know when like it changes from a manuscript to a book. But next time I guess it goes back to my editor and these changes are made, then it goes to press, I think, to become an ARC or a galley, you know, an advanced reader copy, I think, from this. So what happened last time with Don't Stop Now is, I don't remember if there wasn't time or if they didn't send it to me or what happened was, it went into printing for the galley, for the ARC, but I felt, after the ARC came out, I then went through the manuscript again and I made a change essentially in every single page, and not just like a comma. There were a lot of words changed, and so I felt like, oh, well, the reviewers who got it didn't get to read the final edition. So I received this back. I don't know if you can see how long it is. This isn't the whole thing, actually. This is 300 pages of it. It's about 370, and it's going to be longer when it's an actual book, because these are just regular full-size pages. And so it'll be longer, I think, when it turns into a book, because they make the pages long. So I got this in the Mega Mail, whatever, I don't know, FedEx or Mega Mail, Friday morning, and they were hoping that they would get it back this week, but I'm actually not able to turn it in this week, so I said next week. But some of the, so this is the thing where you go through, and the copy editor, she goes through and makes all the little suggestions, changes and things, like put this in italic, and oh, this word should be divided in two. But some of the sort of interesting things. So in the original Get Well Soon was my first book, and I remember when I wrote it, one of the huge things when I was sending it out to publisher, I don't know how, 2 or 3, I was really worried about verb tense and laid, lay, like on a bed, because Anna's always laying, lying, those words, and I never had them correct. So the first time around, I made sure I went and I looked them all up, and I changed the tenses, and I changed everything. In this book, it's really funny, because I know now that somebody else is going to help me figure those out. So, like, every time I used any of those words, I used them incorrectly. And I always wonder, like, does my copy editor think I'm an idiot? But I don't really care. It's interesting. I really don't. Like, I don't feel like an idiot. I mean, I wrote a really good book, so that just because I have some grammatical errors, or I don't, you know, it's like, does that mean I'm stupid? I don't know. I don't think so. But some of the other things that are interesting. So in my first book, when I wrote Get Well Soon, it was based off my own hospitalization, and the real hospital's name was Lakeshore. So Lake Shit made a lot of sense when we called it that, the real kids. But for some reason I felt like I had to change it, and so I changed it to Lakeland in Get Well Soon, and I sort of regret that now, because why would they call Lakeland Lake Shit? I don't know if it makes any sense, but now I have to live with that because I have to use it again in the new book. And so what's interesting also about that is in the original book I used Lake Shit, 2 words. In the new book I wanted to use Lake Shit because the hospital in the book's name is Lakeland. But they said, no, I can't change it because in Get Well Soon I did Lake Shit. So I wasn't very smart in my first book. I was, you know, very green, and now I have to live with some of those changes. One of the changes I'm allowed to make is, in the original book I used O, K, the letters O and K. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. And I think that, or I'm not sure, but I think you're supposed to use OKAY for okay, or maybe not, I don't know. But the copy editor thought I had to be consistent with the original one, and my editor said, well, it's okay if you want to use OKAY, which I think looks nicer. Something else that I use a lot is the word t-shirt, and the copy editor wants me to capitalize the T in t-shirt, but I think it looks cooler with the lowercase t, so I'm going to fight for that one. As well as email. Somehow email, I guess, is supposed to be capitalized? I don't know. So those are some of the things that you go through when you look at all the copy edits. And then I'm just really reading for content, and there's not a whole lot that I'm changing, which is great. I mean, I really think I nailed this book, and I hope everyone else agrees with that. And I'm at page 301, so that's good, because I thought I was going to be way farther behind, and I'm picking up the pace, or the book's picking up the pace, which then, of course, makes me totally insecure, and like, oh my god, is our first 300 pages really boring, and now it's finally getting good, and so I'm reading faster, or I don't know, or there are fewer changes, or things like that. So, that is a small look at just one of the many pieces of the revision process when you're an author, and this was the copy editor phase. So I guess, I don't know when, I'll be seeing hopefully soon some cover options. Not options, like it's not an option, but you know, here's some covers that you don't really get to choose from, but that exist. And then arcs, I guess, and then it'll be out in next fall. So my editor thinks September or October, but we don't know officially. And did I tell you this? Have a Nice Day. So I was really about the title, but I even though I'm the one who made it up, but and I kept thinking of the Bon Jovi song, and I'm not a huge Bon Jovi fan. Not that I hate them, which is good, but I would really rather not, like, people think that in their head, that music, when they have this. So I was talking to this guy, Ross, who is a teacher, who really helped me actually with Get Well Soon to Have a Nice Day. Should I just call it that? Get Well Soon to Have a Nice Day. And he helped me with the Catcher in the Rye piece of it. And I told him the title, and he said, I said, what do you think of? You think of Bon Jovi, right? And he said, no, I think of, he said there's a wrestler, a professional wrestler, in like the WWE, when it was the WWF maybe, and I forgot his name, but that he used to say Have a Nice Day, or his book was called Have a Nice Day. He has a book called Have a Nice Day, but whatever. And I really like that, because actually the Tracy character in Have a Nice Day is obsessed with wrestling, and so Have a Nice Day makes way more sense in a much better form, way, whatever. I don't know. I'm on sinus medication. So I hope this wasn't that boring. I hope I don't look I keep looking up like I'm supposed to look at the camera, but I can't tell which way I'm really supposed to be looking. Okay, hope this wasn't a lame vlog, and I hope you enjoyed learning about the process of this. Why is it all backwardsy? Oh, one thing. This is not that funny. So from my surgery, the thing I took home was this. It's like a Barf bag that, like, it comes like this. It comes in this little, like, it's so compact. And then if you have to throw up, you just do this. And I thought that is the best invention, but it's so gross because it has like, measurements on it. Do they really measure someone's throw up? Oh, and that was when I was in the hospital. I was like, I think I'm gonna throw up. And this guy, the nurse, he was huge, like giant, tall, and huge hands. And he was like, ugh! He like put it on my face. I didn't throw up, so that's the end of this story. Is I did not throw up, but he held it up to my face with his giant hands, and I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get it off because he was holding it up to my face, and he had such big hands. Okay, and that's the end of my story of revision. Oh, you know what I just. See, I'm using my laptop. It's on my desk, but I use the mouse that's on my desktop right behind the laptop. So now it's really the end of the vlog.